Welcome to the Bird Gang Nation Sports Media Show, repping the greatest team of all time. Let's go! Bird Gang 31, he be the host with the most. We going deep, burning teams. They ain't nothing but toast. It's in your Estes. Sirianni put me in coach, running like Miles Sanders Hill. I bumped my head on the post. Touchdown! Yeah, that's coming. Devontae's crazy route running. Jalen hurting them, throwing lasers. The Rager young gunning. Come on! On the D side, we ride, sack him with Fletcher, lay him out on the stretcher. No one can protect you. Watch Darius lay him, shutting down your routes. Come on! In my green John, eating Philly cheesesteaks. Put up your cups, wings up, if you can relate. Tailgating at the link like Gangsta Stride. To the Bird Gang Nation, that's worldwide. On Sundays, catch the pre and post game. Mondays is Birds on Broad Street with Philly Notion and Cool Cat the Man in Motion. And Wednesdays, the midweek special got you open with JC from Eagles Talk, hitting like B-Dog, baby.
Welcome to another episode of Bird Gang Nation Sports Talk. I'm your host, Bird Gang 31. Today, Nation, we got JD in the house from the Ddrippy Network. How you doing today, my guy?
What's up, buddy? I'm happy to be here, man.
I know, it's been a while, man. I said, I need to get Ddrippy on here. You know what I'm saying? We almost through the whole season, and I ain't did no work with you, my guy. You know what I'm saying? You're over there dropping some fire content and other content over there. You know, go ahead and let everybody know, what you do over there with the Ddrippy Network.
So I'm the CEO, but I'm also a host and producer. So most of the shows that you guys see on the network, whenever you see it, it's mostly like Philly Eagles talk. We got some Sixer talk on there as well. Man, we do everything, man. We just love making content. We share one of our hosts and contributors, Miss CARM. We share her song, and she fired, man. So, and I got probably 4 or 5 other fire people over there. Got Prince over there with me as well. We just have fun, man. That's it. We just love to make content. We love watching you guys when we get a chance, man. As long as the shows, but you work you like the hardest working dude in the show business, dog. Like every day I see you going live, I'm like, dude, this dude live again.
It's a way to get away from doing so many videos. If you got 3 lives, then it's like, what time? What time do I have to make videos? But
I get it.
I try to still get those out there for everybody. But yeah, thank you, man. I'll be watching you guys too over there. I'll be watching you guys. Do your thing over there.
We try to, man. We try to. And Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah, Happy New Year. We got Nina in the building. So yeah, man, let's talk about the Eagles, man. This video is State of the Eagles now. Since I haven't had you on this year already, I need to know, what was your outlook on the Eagles and how has that changed since the season begun?
So I had the Eagles slotted to win 11 games this season. Everybody thought it was crazy. I got a lot of hate mail. Everybody thought I got a lot of hate mail. I'm not even an Eagles fan necessarily. I'm a Steelers fan by nature, but I live outside of Philly, so I had no choice but to my wife is an Eagles fan.
Okay, there you go.
So I've been watching for a real long time. We've been married almost 5 years, so I've been watching the Eagles for quite some time now. Very competitively watch them. So I've had my views. I was a big Jalen Hurts guy in college. I'm a big college guy. I'm a Clemson guy, but we played Jalen Hurts a couple times, so I was always big on him. I think he's a high character guy, so I always thought the world of Jalen Hurts, and I just figured if he got a real opportunity to show what he could do, they would be very excited to what he could look like, and I think that's what people are seeing this year. I feel good about the Eagles, man. Being honest with you.
Yeah, and everybody's still questioning on Jalen Hurts, man.
Yeah.
In your one-on-one perspective, is he that dude or not? Has he done enough to you, even though you're not 100% Eagles fan? But you, like you said, you watch him. In your opinion, has he done enough to earn next year?
Yeah,
without
like
the Eagles having to go out and worry about a quarterback this offseason.
Well, first of all, there's nobody in the quarterback. There's nobody to go get. Like, you can't. Russell's not coming here. Aaron Rodgers isn't coming here. So those would be the top ones that you would go get. There's nobody in draft capital to go get because there's just nobody out here. I mean, you got Matt Corral maybe, but outside of him, there's nobody that really stands out. So for me, you got one of the better guys. You just need to let them develop. Him and Sirianni are still very, very young. So you got to let them develop. Like, what's the point of rushing to get a new quarterback? We see how that worked with Carson Wentz. Like, that just did not go well here in this town. So you got a guy that can take the scrutiny. He doesn't really get flustered. He tells you, I'm going to do better. He works on his game. He works. So why not? Why not? Why not stick with him?
Yeah, that's what I say, man. I go, remember the days where quarterback got to sit 4 years in their rookie contract before anybody even thought about the words franchise quarterback. Or,
exactly.
Is he our guy or not? Now it seems like today's media wants to know today. This guy, this first year start, and my biggest gripe about it is like everybody wants to compare him to like all these guys that have been in the league for years. This is his first year starting. First year coordinators, first year head coach, first new system. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's fresh and new. It's like there has to be a time period you give these guys to learn and gel together. I go imagine the Eagles next year, same offense coordinator. It'd be the first time Jalen had it in 5 years. The same scheme where he can actually learn. He's actually got a whole year of film to break down and see how defenses are playing the guy. He only had 4 games last year, and he didn't even get no starting reps until the Saints game. So it's like people are expecting this guy to pull miracles off or something, to be this super elite quarterback. But at the same time, he has nice stats. Like that's added to it. He has wins. He willed our team to a lot of wins this year, and there's some games that we should have won and we could have won. If it's up to Jalen because he did his part and our defense didn't do their part or someone else dropped the ball. Or, we're not going to nitpick and name pick. But I'm just saying, his stats could be even better.
Right.
And we could have more wins than what we have already if other things were circumstances. You know what I'm saying? So
I agree.
Jalen's that dude.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So what do you think are the strengths of this team, And what do you think, we probably have to work out?
So the strengths, I would say, are some of the intangibles that you can't teach a team. They got to like each other. I mean, they generally, most good teams have to like each other. They got to have some type of something that gels them together, that makes them cohesive together. This team has it. I mean, in Jalen Hurts' worst game against the Giants, at the very end, he throws the pass and, Jalen Reagor doesn't catch it. He hangs his head, and you see a very iconic picture that's probably going to go down as a crazy iconic picture with him and Mailata. And Mailata's on his back, got his back. Hey, man, get up. This is going to be all right. In previous years, I've seen the Eagles in turmoil. They don't know who's in charge of the locker room. There's just shit going on all over the place. It's just a madhouse. But this team, even though they have a young quarterback, they found a leader. And I think that may be actually better than finding this franchise quarterback that everybody keeps wanting, this generational talent. Because generational talent doesn't necessarily win you championships. Generational, Aaron Rodgers is a generational talent. He has 1 Super Bowl. That doesn't mean anything. Look at these guys. I don't think Tom Brady's the most physically gifted quarterback that we've ever seen. I think he's the most physically gifted leader that we've ever seen. He can find people. He knows how to run his system. He knows it better than anybody. It's like Michael Jordan. He learned how to run the triangle better than anybody. So in that system, he's the best he can be. And I think Jalen Hurts under Sirianni, if the system is we're going to run the ball down your throat to the point that we get stronger as the game goes on, as they've been doing, the sky's the limit for these guys. What they can work on is the receivers, the continuity at receiver. First of all, Smith is going to get bigger and stronger. He has no choice. He's going to get stronger. Right now, they push him off the line. They kind of jam him. And sometimes they push him out of bounds. So even if he gets by him, he can't catch the ball because he can't be the first person to touch it. So in his case, he's going to get stronger. Jalen Reagor is still relatively young. Everybody picks on him, but he's still relatively young. He's 2 years in the league. Look at a lot of these.
Years old.
He's 23, but I mean, most of those years he spent at Texas Christian. So, he was at TCU, and he's not playing some of the top, top grade, talent especially at corner. So he's gonna take a learning curve. You also got a speed guy in Watkins. Watkins is a speed guy. All you got to do, like, he's like a Nick. Right now, he reminds me of Hartman. You can use him in multiple different ways, like Kansas City does, and Sirianni's smart enough to do it. Goddard is also a talent that he's got to get used to everything because they drop a lot of balls that should be caught. Like it's a lot of it. They put a lot of it on Jalen Hurts, but he literally sometimes he hits them in the hands with it. Don't what you can ask for this guy. He was 14 of 19 last week with 5 drops or 4 drops from his receivers. He would have been 19 for 19.
Facts.
He makes the game. They simplify the game for him, and that's fine. I get it. He also hit some deep ones on you. So a lot of people say he doesn't have the arm talent. Okay, cool. That's fine. But I know a guy that they can't sack him when they come for him sometimes. So I'll take Jalen Hurts almost any day of the week, especially when we look around the league. It's the legal backups right now.
Facts. You're just dropping facts right now, man. Those are some big points that I like to, let my audience know about, man. This guy has rookie and first year, second year receivers, man. Like even Devontae Smith, as awesome as he is, he still has a lot to learn himself. How to break man coverages, how to find the open spots, how to do things at a higher level than what he's doing it at. And then Quez Watkins, Rager, both of these guys had no off season last year. You know what I'm saying? I think Rager was even hurt the first part of the year. And then you had Quez wasn't really making any kind of noise until the end of the season last year. And then he had guys like Hightower, Fulgham, all these guys ahead of him. So he was down the depth chart, like you can't compare that to guys like Tom Brady who got Evans and Godwin and Brown, you know what I'm saying? Kyler Murray, got Hopkins, Green, and Kirk and more, like you said over there, you got Kels and freaking Hartman and freaking Tyreek Hill and all these guys. Like those are a lot better receivers than what this guy has. I even break it all the way down to even look at the scout team. He got a first year DC. You think he's actually getting a real scout team, like as if that was a veteran coach putting a veteran defense scout team together. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of things that people will be nitpicking Jalen about that I do not like. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys, like you guys are like, it's a bias, standpoint that you're looking at. You're not really being logical about what's going on here. Like you said, you add up all those drops. You add up all those touchdowns that were like receivers stepping out of bounds. This guy has top NFL stats this year just from what he's done already. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying change anything else except for the catches, and this guy's got elite stats. And like people look at that too. How do you feel about this? A lot of people are like, yeah, but the top quarterbacks got like 4,000 yards throwing, but I go, okay, but how many rushing yards do they have? Jalen's a dual threat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you say dual threat quarterback, they act like just because he's a dual threat quarterback, he's not really a pure quarterback. I go, the league is full of dual threat quarterbacks now. That's a new trending era is to get yourself a dual threat quarterback, so you should be happy you have it. It helps your run game out. It helps your pass game out. And you look at Jalen, he's a little bit over 3,000 yards, plus he has like almost close to 1,000 yards rushing, which if you add the numbers together, you're looking at 4,000.
Yes, 4,000.
Whether you threw it or you ran it through it, it's still 4,000 yards. You can't cut it any other way. He still got 28 touchdowns, regardless if it was rushing touchdowns or passing touchdowns. Still touchdowns produced by your quarterback on your offense. How do you feel about that?
So there's a lot to unpack. I agree with Robert here, what he's saying. Listen, you can't really get around with it. The numbers don't lie. It's hard to rush for 1,000 yards as a running back. And it's definitely harder to rush for it as a quarterback. When there's guys literally coming for you every play, you're having to. Normally when he runs, he's running from a linebacker or someone that's in pursuit of him. He's just not taking off. Yeah. And the last couple of weeks, I will say this with Jalen Hurts is the reason that he's fumbling the ball and stuff now is because he's keeping his eyes downfield. If you notice it, when he's getting stripped, it's because he's got his hand still on the ball so he can throw it, not to just take off and run it, which is a completely different thing that he was doing this season. He was just not getting through his first progression, not even making it to his second progression. He was taking off. But if people look at the complete body of work, You should be happy. Like everything that they said about him in the beginning, he won't get through his progression. He won't make it past his first progression. He won't scan the field. And then there was a spot when he missed Goddard in the end zone, like maybe last week or the week before.
Yeah, it was last week. But he even came down, broke it down for everybody. I don't know how people even still can say anything bad about the play. Like, he broke it down in common English sense. Like, listen, that wasn't my read. It's true he was open, but that wasn't my read first, and I hit the guy. He hit the guy that he's supposed to hit.
He's supposed to hit the guy coming through because he was the handoff. That's the way he was looking. He would be thrown against the grain of his body, but handing the ball off here, turning to the other side. If you played anybody's football, you know that every quarterback has certain read, and he's looking for a certain thing. And the pre-read or whatever pre-snap reads are going to tell him what he's going to do. So he's got a lot of stuff he's making decisions on before the snap even happens. So a lot of these guys that are sitting at their house eating Cheetos with their fingers on their keyboard with Cheeto juice on their keyboard, these guys need to stay off the internet. It's like, let the guy be great. If he's going to be a bum, he's going to be a bum. He doesn't need you to tell him that he's going to be a bum. Trust me. He's probably more critical on himself than anything any keyboard warrior is going to do to him. I promise you that. Like, he's a coach's kid. He's been under scrutiny since he was at Alabama, and they benched him for Tua. So, come on, man. The dude is tough. If you're a Philly fan, he's everything that Philly stands for. He's gritty. He's tough. He's an underdog. Nobody thought he would be here, and yet he's here. So, what do y'all want from the dude? Like, I mean, only thing he can do is tell you that he's sorry and beg you for your forgiveness, but he's already done that every week. He said, I'm going to get better.
Even on times where it's not even his fault. He's still apologizing. Sorry, my bad. I'm like, what are you saying sorry for? That wasn't you, my guy. And he's
on the drop. On the drop that he didn't even drop. He can't throw it and catch it. What do you want him to do?
Yeah.
Miss BIRDGANG, you right on. You right on. Because that's what type of thing they put him under, that type of scrutiny, because they think it's going to make it happen. Like, Philly has some of the Philly fans. I feel like there's two sides of Eagles fans. There's rational Eagle fans who look at the game and watch it for like the strategical parts of it, and then there's guys who just pull for who they want to pull for. Because I promise you today, if you pull Jalen Hurts and put in Gardner Minshew, you will regret it. That dude is a career backup. It's for a reason.
Facts, man.
I don't know what to tell you.
Like I said, Jalen's definitely done enough. Pro Bowl alternate your first year. All the records he broke early in the year. The record he just broke, most rushing touchdowns by any quarterback on our team. And we had Donovan McNabb. We had Michael Vick. You know, we had Carson. We had, like, a lot of mobile quarterbacks come through the ranks. Randall, Cunningham, Vick, all these guys, you know. And he's number one his first year starting. Like, if he's setting tones his first year, what do you expect year 2, year 3, you know, after he learns how to read defenses better, after he learns his progression, after he masters the offense down, you got a lot better player coming your way, you know.
I got a question for you, BIRDGANG. I know this is your show, but I got a question for you.
I like these questions, my guy.
So check this out. So if you look at every year that he's played, the year before last stats weren't as great as this year's stats. If you build every year, what is the complaint? Is the complaint that you want a pure passing quarterback? Because if you've already tried that and that shit didn't work. Mm-hmm. You already tried that. The Carson Wentz experience did not work. It got you there, but it did not win it for you. Nick Foles had to go win that championship because Carson Wentz never
completely changed the offense when Nick Foles came in.
It was changed it up. That's what made you so successful in the playoffs. Nobody had film on you, so every game it was a surprise. So now we're looking at the same type of situation. It's hard to plan for Jalen Hurts. It really is. You don't know if you rush him, he could take off on you. Mm-hmm. You know, everybody says his arm's not strong enough, but he's got big plays. Last year, he threw a bomb against Dallas to Deshaun Jackson. It was like 60-something yards. Nobody was saying his arm wasn't strong then. Mm-hmm. So he's not like Cam Newton. He doesn't have a torn shoulder. He's not. There's a bunch of guys who only check down their entire career and they're Hall of Famers.
Facts.
You know, I'm a Ben Roethlisberger guy. I grew up on Ben Roethlisberger. I love Ben Roethlisberger. But Ben Roethlisberger's a check down guy.
Yeah.
He'll hit you with a bomb every so often, but he used to nickel and dime you with Hines Ward. So what's wrong with that? Like, to me, what's wrong with that? Explain that to me. Make it make sense to me, BIRDGANG. I don't understand.
There's nothing wrong with what he does, man. Like, I'm the one preaching to these guys all the time, telling them that Jalen throws dimes all the time. Like, you know, like I go, the average quarterback, if you look at even your top flight, look at games from Tom Brady, Russ Wilson, all these guys all year long. If you're looking at all these guys' games, they don't throw balls correct all the time. These guys been in the league for years. You know what I'm saying? Like Tom Brady still misses people. Big Ben. Rodgers. All these guys miss people. They're so crucial on the guy. Like he can't miss a throw or it can't be underthrown ever. Like these guys all do it. The difference is when you have elite receivers, they're gonna go get the ball. And that's a huge difference than what the Eagles have compared to these guys. They have elite receivers that are going to go get the ball regardless of where that and make them look that much better. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't realize that not every pass is perfect. Does Jalen need help? Does he need to work on a lot of things? Of course, he's young. He's a young guy. He's learning his way in the NFL. But is he still doing what he needs to do to win football games? Yes. Does he still throw the ball enough? Like, you can't throw him like the first 6 games, having him throw the first. Now, what people really kind of irk me a little bit about him is like the first 6 games, we were throwing the ball 40 to 50 times a game, right?
That's not effective.
First year quarterback, first year head coach, first year scheme, and he doesn't even know it completely. I don't care what they say about the offseason. Like, you're not learning the whole scheme in the offseason. You know what I'm saying? And he was sitting there throwing, and he had some 300-yard games in there. You know what I'm saying? So he was throwing it efficiently too. But at the same time, you're asking this man to just use one of his 2 skills. You're asking this man to play a style of football that he's not used to playing. And there's not very many quarterbacks in the league that can throw the ball 40 times a game, 50 times a game, and be successful winning. Like, people act like the league's full of elite quarterbacks. There's some good quarterbacks in the league, don't get me wrong. But there's only like a handful, max.
It's the year of the backups. It's the year of the backup.
Who? It's Brady, the year. It's Rodgers.
You got a lot of guys, but right now it's the year of the backups. Like, everybody's got their backup quarterback playing. Like, and I agree with what Spike is saying. And it's not his fault, man. It's not his fault that Carson Wentz was made out of porcelain. And then when he finally got on the field, like, think about this. And this is for every Eagles fan who ever loved the Eagles and who ever loved Carson Wentz. You need to hear this, please. I'm gonna get real close to the camera to tell you this.
Jersey. I love Carson. Carson was cool.
No shade.
Weak on me.
Yeah, no shade. And there's not no shade for him. I promise, it's not.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz in this particular fan base was not going to work. It's no different than Philly fans being mad at Ben Simmons. You should have the same hate. Remind you, he wanted to leave here too. And he didn't give you much of anything either. He gave you 2017, where he was almost the MVP. And then every other time past that, he gave you half a game in the playoffs. Like, why are you upset? Like, why are you mad that this dude is moving on? And you have to move on. Like, I always look at it like a breakup with a girl. That's how I'm going to explain it for everybody. When you have a girlfriend, like, let's say, for example, the Eagles' girlfriend was Andy Reid. Andy Reid left. He dumped you. And what he did is he went out and got sexy. He got his body back. He got to the gym. He did work. So you see Andy over in Kansas City with a new boo, looking sexy, throwing the ball around 40 to 50 times. So now you mad and now you envious. That works for Andy. That don't work for us. We like our girls thick. Our girls a little meat on their bones. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at it like that. Throwing 40, 50 times is not going to win you the game. Running the ball 40 or 50 times is going to win it because you got an offensive line that's elite. Offensive line is elite. You don't find too many centers that can move like Jason Kelce. He's beating the damn running back down the field. Like, you don't see that.
Facts. And even to further your point there, it's like, like Jalen Hurts never did nothing to Carson Wentz, my guy. Like, that's what everybody keeps going. Like, he ran out. The Eagles made a perfect business decision. Carson wanted to get paid, right? Everybody's like, oh, we need to pay Carson. He wants to get paid. We paid the man 30 racks a year. I mean, 30 million a year, and you expect us to still spend another 10, 15 on a backup quarterback like Chase Daniels, Nick Foles, what was the other one we had?
Sudfield.
No, McLeod. McCown. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, after we gave him the bag, that was no more money for the quarterback position. We went and we didn't go grab one in the first round. We got him a weapon in the first round. We got him a receiver. first round pick was spot on a receiver for Carson Wentz.
Right.
You know? And then we went the smart route and got Jalen Hurts. Runner up in the Heisman. He's still there in the second round. There's your backup quarterback in the future.
2-time runner up in the Heisman.
Yeah.
He was in two different schools. This ain't even no. He was a run up at a Heisman as a freshman. And nobody talks about that. As a freshman quarterback, he won a natty. As a freshman quarterback, he won a natty and was a Heisman runner up in a year against Deshaun Watson. And then the next time he was up, he was against Trevor Lawrence and Joe Burrow. Mm-hmm. Come on, bro. What are we saying? What are we saying?
It was more of a business move. It wasn't like to scare. No one knew Carson was going to get scared about the situation, start acting like a little, I would like to say, but I'm not going to say it on my stream. And then, like, for real, like, they gave you the bag, my guy. If they gave you the bag, what are you crying about? You can bring up whatever. You give me $40 million a year, $30 million a year. I don't care who you sign. You can sign all these guys to hold my clipboard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You want to bring Rodgers in to hold the clipboard. You want to bring whoever in to hold the clipboard. Do your job. I don't care. You gave me my money, and that's all I really cared about. Now I'm going to go out there and perform. Every year since that Super Bowl year, Carson tried to win the MVP and the Super Bowl on every single throw he threw. And that's why his stats went downhill. And we went into that whole pass-happy offense that Dougie P ran himself out. You know what I'm saying? No team in the National Football year. Look at the Chiefs this year. They started the year trying to pass the ball. It took to them to start running the ball first.
It was a lamb.
Up your pass, my guy. Like, it's that simple. You ain't got to have no world-beating running backs on your team. You just got to run the ball.
That's it. Get behind those big-ass offensive linemen. You pay millions and millions of dollars. And I'm going to say this about the Eagles' offensive line. I know they've been injured for a majority, but you have to pay the offensive line coach. I don't know his name specifically, but that dude right there, listen, I'll take my hat off to him. Yeah. He deserves everything. There was a clip that came out today. It was all over Eagles Twitter with Jason Kelce talking to his team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He was just, giving them how he was like undrafted, like they didn't think he belonged there, except his offensive lineman coach said he believed in him. That's why this team is going to be good. It has nothing to do with their talent level. I can assure you it doesn't. But they got dudes all over the place. They got some genetic freaks. Like Mailata is a freak. Yeah, he's a freak. He played like, if anybody knows anything about rugby, the dude was a running back in damn rugby. Yeah. That's why he can get out and pull 20, 30 yards out, 15, 10 yards out. He can move a block. The dude is super versatile. Lane Johnson just caught a damn touchdown the other day, dude. Facts. They're having fun. Like, let these dudes have fun. Enjoy the ride. You weren't supposed to be there this year. I can assure you of that. Nobody had the Eagles panic to even be in the playoff talks. And now that they're there, people are still upset. Like, what are you upset about? You playing with house money. House money. You just go out here and play. You play until you don't. Until you rebuilding. We're rebuilding. But you win it while you rebuild. That's the thing. That's the key. I'm a Steelers fan, dude. I thought we was gonna win 2 games this season. I was convinced we're gonna win 2 games. Every game that we win now is like extra. It's like when you get too much change back at the store. Right. It's like, oh shoot, I gave you a 10, you gave me a 20 back. What is going on? What? Hold on. Hey, ma'am, you gave me another one of those, my guy. Yeah. Go 20 back. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You're getting collateral for something you never thought you had this year. So why is there the expectation that you have to make a decision about the quarterback? Even if you really still don't believe that Jalen Hurts is your guy, trade one of the first round draft picks. Trade the pick for Carson Wentz off. If you believe that you don't have your guy, and say that for draft collateral next year when there'll be Bryce Young coming out. Mm-hmm. If you believe he's not the guy, but I can assure you, if you work with Jalen Hurts for another year, he will not come back looking the same because he doesn't have that mentality to stay the same. No. He wants to get better. He wants to make the city proud. A lot of people like he still looks the same as did to week 1. I'm like, really? Are we watching the same football games? Because last I checked, you guys were crying about him not staying in the pocket. And he's won 2 games with his arm. Who cares about the talent level? Oh, you can say it was a Washington and New York. Who cares? There are 2 games with his arm. The man only rushed for 7 yards last game.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was not him running around. That's him standing in the pocket, hitting targets where you need to hit. Now, the stats weren't all world beating or nothing, but he still did what you guys want. Like, he is learning how to stay in the pocket a little bit longer, how to read the thing. It really comes with the whole offense gelling more. You know, these guys are getting comfortable with each other. Like you said, they're giving them more time. You know, Jalen's not getting pressured as much as he did at the beginning of the season. You know, people don't realize when we lost Sayamala, Brooks, those like back-to-back weeks, you know what I'm saying? Then you had a young Landon in there. Landon now is great. Landon then wasn't so great, you know what I'm saying? He was the first one to come out every single press conference and say, you know, I got a lot of learning to do. You know, I thought it was going to be this way. It's not this way. I'm trying, you know, you give me some more time and I'm going to be better. And he has. He's gotten better, but everything's a progression. You know, the coaches sucked. You know, everybody wanted to fire Sirianni after week 6. But now everybody's like, Sirianni's that dude, you know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. He's out of the doghouse. Woo-hoo. You know, the flower has sprouted. The flower
has grown.
A little bush.
The roots.
We got a little bush going, you know.
The roots have come up through the bottom. And listen, man, like these guys are young, man. They was in college 2 days ago. Like, what you want? Like, you have one tenured guy in your your actual receiving core, and you traded him away. Like, Ertz is gone now. You don't have that veteran leadership. Goddard is a 2 or 3 year guy. The whole receiving core is 2 or 3 year guys, with the exception of maybe Ward, Greg Ward. Like, Greg Ward is the most senior guy.
Fifth string receiver,
yeah, he's your most senior guy. In your running back room, you got some guys like Jordan Howard, but for whatever reason, Miles Sanders hasn't been on the field longer than 4 or 5 games since he got drafted. Like, what do you want? Like, I don't know what y'all want. I'm trying to give you the recipe. Like, you guys have worked against a lot of things in the last 4 to 5 years. Mm-hmm. A lot of injuries, the revolving door offensive line. But it's made them better in the long run because they've had to put guys in.
And the reason why we kept getting our offensive linemen injured because we were passing the ball 40, 50 times a game. They're backpedaling all game, man. You know, linemen like to oppose their will, not backpedal. They want to backpedal, they would have been cornerbacks, not linemen. You know, like, and that's people didn't see that. That was a trend. The more you pass, the more linemen kept getting hurt. The more you pass, the more linemen kept getting hurt. Use them the right way. Get them out there. You know what I'm saying? Do what they're supposed to do best. You know, why you got a 350-pound lineman if you're not gonna run the ball?
Yeah.
You know?
I don't understand it, BIRDGANG, man. It's hard sometimes to like get people to rationalize like a team is a lot of different things. It's not just the X's and O's. There's a lot of things that happen in the locker room. This team has battled a lot of controversy early. Like in the way they've handled it and shutting this stuff down. Like, I gotta commend Nick Sirianni. Like, Nick Sirianni reminds me of the Ball brothers' dad. He is so eccentric and he does such crazy stuff that it takes your mind off the team and what you want to really ask him about the team, because the shirts are so loud and they just speak whatever that you start asking about the shirts. You don't ask about, well, why is Jalen Hurts struggling? Why is this? Why that? They're not asking. They're asking about this damn shirt. That's what they're asking him about. He's no different than LeVar Ball when he's making these crazy outlandish statements. The Suns never have to say anything because they too busy talking about the Pops.
Right.
Like, Nick Sirianni is doing exactly what he's supposed to do at this age. He'd rather keep the heat on him than on his quarterback or Jalen Reagor or whoever else is the guy that they want to come at for that particular week. They tried to trade Jalen Hurts after week 1 and week 2, or after week 3, really. We need to trade him. Okay. How about this? Did you think you'd be making it in the playoffs or you'd be in the 7th seed already and all you have to do is win out to get your spot?
Right.
That's it. You just got to win. But Dallas probably isn't going to play their guys. I'm going to be real with you. Because they're going to see you again probably the next week. So that makes no sense for them to play their guys.
And why even told people, like, imagine if we did win out these last 2 games. That's a 10-win season. When the last time the Eagles had a 10-win season?
17?
When we won the Super Bowl.
17?
You know? And then if you want to go back before then, when the last time we had, you might be looking for a couple years. You know what I'm saying? Like, in terms of that is some good stuff going on by our quarterback that they're just not even, and even Nick and these guys, like, the only person I probably have a little gripe over is Gannon because I don't trust him 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like, he makes too many suspect quarterbacks look good. You know, like, you got to stop with the prevent defense, my guy. Like, you know, you just got to stop. You got to make offensive teams try to scheme around your defense as opposed to going out there and just prevent defense, waiting to halftime, looking at what you got, now setting up a defense to stop that offense. You know, like I said, you got to be proactive instead of reactive, basically. You know, and I think that's Gadden's number one flaw this year. But I will still give Gadden another chance. You know, it's only his first year head DC.
Listen, he's going to get some guys, and to be real with you, he's going to get some guys throughout the draft. There's some guys out here that give you a lot of value, like Thibodeau out of Oregon. You got a lot of first-round picks. He may not be there, but you could always trade up to get him. The Eagles haven't had a decent linebacker. I mean, they had Jordan Hicks, and you see how Jordan Hicks is doing with the Cardinals, but they haven't had a really, really good linebacker since Trotter, I think. Exactly. Like, if I remember, like a legit, like, that guy. He's the guy at linebacker. They've always kind of had some really decent safeties and corners. They've had some guys. D-Dog is my favorite player of all time, and he's played at Clemson, so that's why he's my number one guy. But you know, they've had some guys, they've had some dudes, so they just got to get back. They got to get in the draft room. They got to stop. Now you don't need to look for a quarterback. You kind of know that who you got. Go get you some defensive guys to shore up the defense. Go get you some guys in some of these skill positions that you need. You don't need a tight end. You got two tight ends really. Because the backup tight end is actually a stupid athlete. He missed a pass the other day, but he had to go up and get it. So he's a freak athlete. So watch out for them two tight ends. He got
worked into the offense yet. And then Jack Stoll was doing good until he got injured. You know what I'm saying? Now, he was definitely doing his part as a tight end as well. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at some of these free agents here. And let's play you be the GM like, that's the wrong one. Where did that come from? Is Cool Cat in my background? Something happened here. Sorry, 1 second. We got some technical difficulties.
We good. I ain't got my glasses on, so you know your boy be.
Yeah, let me look at the TV then. Okay, so look, we're going to start out with Harris. Do you think Harris played good enough football this year to re-sign him for extension?
I wouldn't. Not him.
And for me, I would say I would give Harris a 2-year extension. You know, we can let him go because he has played some good ball recently. The first half of the season wasn't so great, but he's definitely gotten better over the last couple of games. You know what I'm saying? So I would give him a 2-year deal if I had the opportunity to get Harris back. You know, we need a good safety, and like McLeod only got so many more years too. Now, would I draft the safety? Of course I would. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, straight up for Thibodeau, I say we need to go up there and get Hamilton. You know what I'm saying? That is a good safety.
That's not a bad pick. Draft. What about Stingley?
Stingley?
Yeah, Stingley out of LSU, because Stingley can play corner and he can play safety.
That's true too. But
he a Swiss Army knife.
Cornerback room, like, what do you feel about the cornerback room in terms of? We're gonna get to him too because he's on this list too. Steven Nelson, 2 down.
I like Steven.
Would you bring Nelson back?
Yeah, of course.
Exactly. So if you bring Nelson back, we got McPherson back there. You got
You still got Kayvon Wallace at safety
back
too.
There or whatever his name is. You got there was another guy we picked up in the Zach Ertz trade.
Oh yeah, he gonna be stopped. But you still got Kayvon. You still got Kayvon Wallace too, and he's young, but he's been injured, so he will be able to come in and do something at safety as well. So I mean, you got some
young guys, you know, especially with the cornerbacks. Like those guys, you're not hearing on the field this year, but I feel like they're practicing. Jacoby Stevens, linebacker, safety. You know, and I don't know about you, but every post game, I see Jacoby walk back to that locker room. That fool look like he on swole. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, "Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah.
Wait till I get on the field. I'm gonna go out there and do some things."
He said Gowan. This guy. So Spike says Gowan, and he's also talking about Thibodeau. Oh, Jabo, man, I lost a lot of respect for Jabo after the way they got beat up the other day, man. They got straight handled. Like Georgia made them boys look like they ain't even deserve to be on the field. Like it was.
Hutchinson had a decent game.
Decent is not. Listen, in those games you got to show out. Yeah. Hey, them games you got to show out. Like you seen the Kobe Dean and them flying around. Jordan Davis now that's a guy I would go get. I go get Big Jordan Davis to help out Fletcher Cox and be the next guy up to help out Hargraves because you know Hargraves is a little younger.
Dean from Georgia.
The Kobe Dean, like I'm all right. He got the same last name as your boy. I'm down with it. I'll take it.
That guy's a beast. Either him or Harris from Alabama. One of those linebackers in the first round you need to go bring to the Eagles. You know, that's what I'm all about there. Let's see who else we got. Barnett. We let him play his 5th-year option now. Have you seen enough from Barnett this year to keep him?
I mean, It depends how much you gotta pay him. To be honest with you, it really. I mean, what's that salary? The current. Actually, you're not even that expensive either. I mean, he's not too expensive. He's what, $3 million? $3 million?
Yeah,
I'll take it. I'll resign him for a little bit. See and weigh my options and see what I can get in the draft. Some young guy that he can train up.
Because who we got? We got Jackson. We got BG coming back.
Yep.
Sweat just got paid.
Yep. You got some dudes.
We let Ryan Kerrigan walk because he ain't did nothing for us all year long. It's been very irritating to see. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm not the hugest Barnett guy, but like you said, maybe like a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
Give him one more chance. Look, we waited for BG for like 5 years almost. Before he started lighting it up, doing his thing. Like BG was on a team. He almost got cut a couple of times, It was a scheme, yes. Some of the time it was scheme position, but a lot of time it's just he wasn't making plays, So maybe we need to give Barnett a couple more years. He did make a play in the Super Bowl to help us win a Super Bowl. Maybe we give him a couple more years to see if he can grow to be that guy. He makes plays. Like his problem is the penalties coming at the most inopportune times ever. And it's like he keeps getting them every year. It's like the wrong time penalty. The wrong time penalty.
It's like he over pursues, and then he can't it's like he's like a junkyard dog a little bit. Like he got so much testosterone going that he really can't stop it. And it's like he like you said, he'll do it in the most unopportune time, like when you really need to get a stop. Like the game against Brady.
A couple of those games we could have won.
Like the game against Brady. Against the Brady, remember the Brady play? They about to get the ball back. Jalen Hurts had just went down and scored twice. They wouldn't have stopped Jalen Hurts. He got hot.
What was it third and 15 or something?
Third and 15, and he goes out and gets the damn personal foul. Automatic first down. I'm just as frustrated as you guys, man. I'm being real.
Horrible timing.
I like Barnett. I still like Barnett. He crazy as hell, but I like him.
Yeah. So I'll give Barnett another 2 years in there. We already talked about Nelson Kerrigan. We said never. He's not getting signed for no money. I don't care if he wants to come back and play for free. Let him walk. Get him out here. Because we don't do good when we get division rival players on our team for some reason. It just doesn't work out for us.
Yeah, it's weird.
Let's see who we got. McLeod. There you go. We just talked about safety. What are you thinking about McLeod? Are you resigning him for like a year or two?
Yeah,
McLeod. Him walk in free agency. He is one of the leaders of our defense.
I mean, you don't let guys like that go. I mean, you just don't. Like it's a point of loyalty too. A lot of these times with these guys, like once they've been here for a while, like Slade, now he's ingrained into the culture of Philly. Like you can't let that guy go. Like I really wasn't a big fan of the Malcolm Jenkins trade either. I wasn't at all. Like I wasn't a fan of that. Like I don't see raising these guys up in the Eagles system and making them like a cornerstone in the city, and then you just see him play for he don't even look right playing in New Orleans, bro. It don't look right. Like I'm used to seeing him in the Eagles green. Like I don't want to see him. So let McLeod stay and finish out as an Eagle, man. Why not? Why not?
So we re-signing McLeod there, bringing him back. And plus he's good for these young and secondary DBs back there. F's them played better since being under the tutelage of a guy like Harris and McLeod. I like both of those guys too. I definitely would give him a 2-year deal. Jordan Howard, I think this is one we might have a different take on.
Okay. So you kind of got to keep Jordan Howard because Miles Sanders has been banged up so many times. The future is probably going to be Kenny Gainwell. So that's my thought process. He's going to be the he's kind of the buffer for Miles Sanders because Miles Sanders has been hurt so much. Like he's almost like you can't count on him. So now those reps are going to go to Jordan Howard and possibly Gainwell. I feel like
a lot of Miles' hurtness come from he wasn't getting the ball last year. He wasn't getting when you don't give a guy the ball, especially I play running back, If you got me cold on the bench all game, when I get in there, I'm gonna try to overextend myself. That's usually gonna get you hurt. You know what I'm saying?
He's getting touches now though. He's getting all the time. He's the number one guy
now. But the first 6 games he didn't.
True. I gotta give you that. That's
what?
True.
What happened the very first game? They actually tried to give him touches, right? He started out hot that game, and then boom, he got hurt. And then since then, your body's not in the whole mode. You know what I'm saying? Football's physical. You got to be getting hit from game 1. So your body's getting used to from game 1. As you get through game 6, now your body's used to that beat, and now you're like in that whole like mid-season form where you're actually running. You get hurt less. You know what I'm saying? Less of the little, pulls and tears and stuff come along with your body once you started getting going in the very beginning. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why Miles keeps getting hurt. It's because you're not using them, and then all of a sudden you want to use them a lot. You can't not use them, then hurry up and use them a lot. He got so mad that game against Kansas City, he threw the ball down at the coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, this is what I do when I run. Let me run more.
But the problem is he hasn't been healthy to run more. Like he probably been on the account like a rep count. Like, he probably been on reps. Like, he can't go so many reps. They don't want to hurt him. But he keeps getting hurt. Even when he's, playing, he's fired. He breaks his hand. Like, how freaky is that, bro?
I didn't even know when it happened.
Like, I'm like, when did he break his hand? They just...
Right?
Then but the thing about it is Jordan Howard is an old guy. He's considered an old guy now. And he's, like, just durable. Like, he's just been out there. He's still punishing dudes.
Howard's out 6 weeks for a stinger.
We think it was a stinger, but we think that might have been a broke collarbone or something. Like, they say stinger, so... But that probably was some type of really bruised collarbone or something like that. Like, it wasn't no damn stinger. We know what a stinger looked like.
Right.
I know guys that play with a stinger.
Facts.
That wasn't a stinger.
A lot of these injuries most people play through, and these guys are sitting there. But to your point, you said bringing Jordan Howard back. I feel like this. If we can get an upgrade over Howard, do it.
Well, we tried. Remember with Ajayi, when they had Ajayi for the championship season, when they got him out of Miami, and it was kind of like it helped them in the going towards the Super Bowl. But then the next year, Ajayi wasn't available. He was just hurt. Yeah. Like Jordan Howard is kind of like he's kind of like a steadying hand in the locker room. Like, I mean, he gets the ball, he punishes, he does what he's supposed to do. He does his job. He knows his job, and he just does it. Like, you don't see him out there catching 40-yard bombs, but at the same time, you run him up between the tackles, he's going to get you some yards, and he's going to soften that gap up for little guys like Boston Scott or the Kenny Gainwells of the world, who are like not power runners. So, I mean, I guess Jason Kelce said today, everybody on this team serves a purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Like anybody on this roster can run with an offensive line playing good.
Hey, listen.
It's an Emmitt Smith effect. We got an awesome offensive line making holes. These holes have been big for these guys. You know what I'm saying? That's why Miles looks so good doing it. Lately. Yeah. Miles is just a different breed. He's a little bit more explosive than the rest of these cats. That's why he has more yards per carry than these guys when he is running behind them. But I think any of them can do it. That's why I feel like if you got like a young college running back,
But you got Kenny Gainwell, though.
A power back, though.
Oh, a power back.
We need a thunder and lightning to Miles. That's why I like one part of it's like re-sign Howard to be that thunder for Miles Sanders Lightning. But at the same time, if we can get a younger, fresher, new face in there, then maybe that'd be good too. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a guy that's small but has some speed too.
What about so what Kenny Gainwell gives you is a catching element. Like all those Memphis running backs can catch. I don't know what happens over there, but they all got amazing hands. Like you see Gibson can catch out the backfield. He's going to be a really interesting thing because even no matter if this playoff run lasts 2, 3, 1 game or whatever it lasts, you kind of know what you have going forward with Gainwell, and we don't even know what it's going to look like going into playoffs with this dude. He could possibly blow up. He could be turning into the Tyrese Maxey of the Eagles. Like he could just really blow out. Like we don't know. Like we watched them in college. They had Memphis looking like they was the next big team. Yeah. So let's just see what he can do. Like I think before we make any type of changes to the roster, let's see what he can do in the playoffs because they look like they're going to make a playoff run. So let's just see what Kenny Gainwell can do. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. He's going to be able to catch a lot of these wheel routes and these quick out routes and these screens.
And bros.
Yeah, but
even remember we had the 3-headed monster and it was Buck Halter, Deuce Staley, and Brian Respa.
Yep. I didn't really like Respa, but I definitely
what did you just say?
I just didn't like him. I didn't like him.
Pause. Let's rewind that verse. Drop it again, my guy. Did you just say you did not really like Westbrook, one of the best Eagle backs of all time?
I like him. I just don't like his social media account. Like I just think he he was a great player. I just don't like him as a person so much. Like I think Brian, like everybody says Brian Dawkins is the GOAT in Philly, and I believe that wholeheartedly. They're in the same era, so I think that Westbrook is up there. But I like Shady too. I don't know if I might put Shady above Westbrook in my book. That's just me personally. You know what I'm saying? I like Shady. I like Shady. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
But the same thing Shady did, that's what Miles kind of do too.
Yep.
People hate on Miles for doing it. But when Shady was doing it, I'm like, do you not remember Shady used to run with the ball out here? You know, and it's on way out here in the bread back there, like, Shady, put it up. You know, he was juking and stuff, like, you know, oh, you need to go north or south. No one was telling Shady to work north or south. And he broke the rushing record for the Eagles, you know, most rushing yards in the season. So
Spike, mine is personal. It's not about who he was as a player. He was a great player. It's not, and I just don't like his social media accounts. I just have issue with the social media accounts. That's all it is.
So for now, we're gonna say Howard, a 1-year deal, one more 1-year deal.
That's fair. That's fair.
That'd be fair, but draft a running back too.
Yeah,
to add to the mix. You know, a better power back. We don't need no more little guys. Scott, you know, Gainwell, you know, all these other guys. Huntley's not that big either. You know what I'm saying? You got these guys that can play the role to help out if case Sanders goes down. We need another big physical back, you know, to back up Howard next year.
They're not making them
replace Howard.
There's not a lot of those in college right now, though. Like, the last one we really saw is he's playing for the Colts. You know, Jonathan Taylor is an abusive back, man. That he's big, he's nasty, he's got big legs. He's a problem, man. And I don't know if they're making him like that anymore. I think the closest thing to him was Sermon, and he went out to the 49ers.
Yeah. Well, Robinson Jr. is not that big, huh?
Nah, he's actually short. Like, he's small. He's not from He's not huge, but he's not Derrick Henry. You know what I'm saying? No. He ain't King Henry, so that ain't.
The only one close to King Henry, I think, is Najee.
Najee's big, but oh boy, I'm telling you, Jonathan Taylor is a lot. Him and AJ Dillon from Green Bay.
Yes, see,
they both are low.
Pull AJ, you know, because they keep Jones again. AJ might want to get his role. You know, bring a guy like Dillon over.
Like, listen,
he's on my
leave Aaron Rodgers where he at. Leave Aaron Rodgers. You don't need Aaron Rodgers. Let Aaron Rodgers go where he gonna go. I think he might go to Pittsburgh. I'm kind of hoping for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping he come help us out. But if not, man, like, I go get AJ Dillon. I think he's worth a pretty good penny to go get him.
A nice little penny for sure.
Yeah,
he can do it. Who we got next here? We got Rashaan Ridgeway. People think Cox, this is his last season. First, are you one of those people?
I don't think. I mean, it depends what this season ends up being. If they can make a push in the playoffs, I think he stays. I think he will. I think he'll stay and, you know, do some toolage for Hargraves, and, you know, maybe they go and
just at a productive standpoint.
Well, you also got to remember they don't let him rush that much either anymore. He's doing a whole lot of hands up trying to block passes. They're not letting them really rush like that. I mean, and on the top of that, because Hargraves is out, he's getting doubled a lot still. So, you know, they don't have that other guy yet that's really the pass rushing, you know, guy. And once they get that, it'll help him out. And even as he ages, he's okay. He's okay. I mean, he's a suitable guy, but I'm saying, like, they need like another, like, as I said, Jordan Davis earlier in the show from Georgia. Like, let's say you pair him with now Fletcher Cox
or Ridgeway
or any of those guys. Like, he automatically makes a difference because he's so big and he can move. Like Dexter Lawrence for the Giants, even though he doesn't get that many sacks, he's still there. Like, he's just a big ass body. Like, he's just there.
Yeah, I feel you.
Oh, okay. The Quez, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Jordan Davis.
I'm telling you, dude, that would be a great. If you think that Fletcher Cox is on the last leg of his career, you go get a guy like Jordan Davis. You trade up for him because he's not going to be there very long. Like, him and Thibodeau are going.
He's a defensive tackle.
He is going to be gone, brother. Like, I feel like he's the best. If you watch the game against,
like, what spot you think Davis is leaving?
Third or fourth, easy.
Pick?
Third or fourth pick in his draft.
A defensive tackle.
He is a generational defensive tackle. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm that high on him. He's led the league.
Boys, when did Washington pick those boys up? They
fighting now. Look, they fighting now.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think how high they were drafted. They were pretty good too.
They were up in the top. I mean, but you got to think there was a lot of quarterbacks that came out with them too. Normally it's a quarterback, but this year it's quarterback. Like, really, the quarterbacks were trash. Yeah. There's nobody like. So you got to
reach for him anyway.
Let him reach. Shit, let him reach. You go get that damn defensive tackle. That's gonna be a stud. Like
that.
Go get the defensive tackle. Go get Thibodeau. But Thibodeau's gone, dog. A pass rusher like that, he gone. Probably. If it depends who got first pick. Like if it's the Lions, the way that they coach is, it might be the Lions. But the Lions, they got a defensive coach, so he's going to probably go get a defensive player. I'm more than likely. He's going to get Thibodeau.
Thibodeau's going to be gone.
Yeah, he's going to be gone. He's not
all 3 first-round picks probably get that high.
Yeah, so
worth it. No one's really worth it, I don't think.
And further,
kind of sit back and let people fall to us type situation this year and use all 3 on 3 first-round talents as opposed to like reaching for one. What happens if he's not the guy? Now you need to use 2 picks on the guy that ain't the guy. You know what I'm saying?
But my thing is with a defensive tackle though, you really can't go wrong. With a guy like Jordan Davis, he's fast. He can get off the block. He's strong and aggressive. I mean, listen, like you got a lot of things that can be filled. You got to draft Bama players. You just got to. Like, I hate Bama. I'm a Clemson fan.
Number one with the way to get by. Harris, freaking Mechie, Williams, Billingsley.
Jalen Waddle. Look at Jalen. Jalen Waddle was hurt last season. So everybody assumed that Devontae Smith was better than him. But he got drafted before.
I told everybody that Waddle was better than Smith. I don't care that he won the Heisman Trophy. Like, I am happy getting Smith in a first-round pick. Yeah. That's cool. But as you see, Waddle is that dude. Like, he is that dude. He been that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was always better than Smith.
But what they did was people got smart. This is what I say about Miami. They got smart because what people did with DK Metcalf is they let his injury stuff trick their eyes. Mm-hmm. Don't be dumb. Like, injuries are injuries. They're playing football. They're not playing soccer. These guys are going to get hurt. So when it comes to it, you just got to make sure you like can kind of protect Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle is a problem. Is an absolute problem. He's fast. And Devontae Smith,
in the national championship, he wasn't even like 100%, but he was still smoking those guys.
Exactly.
He only could run straight. He couldn't cut. But when he was running straight, he was running way past faster than anybody on the field.
He put a move on somebody with a broke ankle. He put like a double move and called it out of bounds, steel toe touch with 2 feet. An NFL catch, not a college catch, an NFL catch. It's studs all over the field at receiver. You got Chase. And that's what's scary is that you really can't miss with receivers right now. You just can't.
Really, the receivers have been coming out good, like Williams from Alabama, and even Mechie. Mechie got hurt. He's gonna slide. If we can get like Mechie in the second round and throw with Devontae.
He's not going second round. Mechie is a problem. And Williams. Listen, them boys, I don't know what's in the water down in Alabama. You know, I'm from the South too.
I don't know. I don't know if it's affecting me. Can I go play football again?
Listen, if you grow some dreads, you can. That's what they say. You got dreads, you can play. That's
right.
Right. So I don't know. I would say this, and I'm gonna let it die. This, if you can get Jordan Davis and it doesn't cost you everything, you have to leverage your whole future to go get him. I think it's a safe bet. You could, because he's going to replace Fletcher Cox at some point if he's at the last leg of his career. And also they could play together, and it could be it could be something really special for the Eagles, man. If they could get somebody like Jordan Davis, he's a generational talent. He could fall in your hands, but I just don't think he will. He's that good and he's that fast. When he runs the 40 and they show you how fast the dude really is, his stock is gonna go way up, man.
And what do you think about re-signing Ridgeway then?
No.
Let him walk.
Let him walk. There's some guys out there better than him you can get in free agency.
Facts. I think we let Ridgeway walk as well. Next is Boston Scott.
This one hurts, man. I'm like, I hate to do this, man. But you gotta cut him, dog. It's just it's a room full of running backs, man. You got a bunch of dudes, man, and there's a lot of guys young. Boston Scott is a definite. He's a Philly guy. He's definitely for the culture here. I just don't know if you can. Let's see how much money he's making. He's making $920K. It's not a whole lot, but there's some guys that are a little bigger than him that can still help you.
Yeah, that's true. I'll probably say the same. Let's let Scott roll. Go find a better role, because I feel like, now we got an identity on this offense. You still got Miles Sanders coming back next year. If we brought back Howard, and then you got Gainwell, you can fill the rest of those guys with like a lot of people. Really.
Yeah.
There's not one person in Pacific, but a lot of different characters. And then let's see what happens with we just brought back Kerryon Johnson this week for this week's game. I want to see. I thought Carry-On was going to be that dude on our team this year, and we didn't even play him. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even play him. We cut him.
Was he hurt? Did he get cut?
I think he got cut in because he was hurt too a little bit. But then he's back now. He hadn't played all season, so now he's fresh.
Exactly.
Might be perfect time for him to come to the team.
Olave and Wilson from Ohio State. Listen, bro, I'm gonna tell you something.
I want Olave too. That's another.
Olave hurt himself this year. Coming back this year, he hurt himself.
You think he should when that came out last year?
Yeah, because the only person he would have had to really compete against was Jalen Waddle, Jamar Chase, and Devontae Smith. This year, he's got to go against Wilson, all them boys from all them boys from Alabama.
Same thing. Mechie now he got Jalen Williams. I thought Mechie coming into the season before the season started. I'm like, Mechie's gonna be that number one receiver in Alabama. He's not. He's not. Man. Wilson definitely took over that spot. But Olave is still a beast, though.
He's a beast. He that's who you can get in the second round, maybe. He might be there in the second round because everybody's forgot about it. Like they just, I love Chris Olave.
Williams comes out, he going first round.
Yes, because people, it's about what have you done for me lately with a lot of these guys. That's like the whole I get it, man. I'm not hating on the dude. I'm just saying.
But he's not. The first game, he cost us the game against the Giants by fumbling it. Do you not remember that? So he's not much of a giant killer anymore.
I mean, he's technically a giant killer. I got to give it to him. He is, and I don't want to be rude because this is a good network right here. But you could get a bunch of Boston Scots, bro. There's a bunch of those guys. There's a guy probably running around Northeast Philly right now that can probably do the Boston Scots. It's a cat.
Playground, coach.
Yeah, he's like my son's height. He's like 7 or something. Like, I know, Miss BIRDGANG. I get it. I don't want to lose him neither. But you got to pay that dude. So you don't want to pay him what he's asking for, and you don't know if he's going to get used.
Get a veteran minimum.
Yeah, you don't know how much minutes because he may not play at all next season, depending on how good Gainwell and everybody else is. So you might just be paying him to sit.
Yeah, like
you can't do that
first half of the season.
Listen, he's an expensive paperweight at that point.
Yeah. So Scott's not coming back. Next, we got Alex Singleton, the linebacker. Has Alex done enough this year to bring Singleton back to the team?
I like him. I think he flies around. I don't think he's the guy, of course, but
I feel like if the Eagles went and, like I said, got a Dean, a Harris, you can keep a Singleton and an Edwards, and now you got a good receiving core.
Oh, that linebacker core. Yeah.
But if we don't go get one of them young, new age, freaking tall, big, physical, fast linebackers and bring this linebacking core, then you gotta let them go and spend some big money on a trade or something like that and get somebody that's already involved in the league.
Listen, I don't disagree. Disagree.
So Singleton would matter. You have to wait till like the draft before you actually said if you want to re-sign Singleton or not. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what do we get out of the draft first? And then that'll help me decide if I'm going to bring Singleton back.
Hey, Miss BIRDGANG making some points. Listen, I don't like Bama neither. Like, I'm a Clemson fan, so we've been battling with them for years. I do not like Alabama, but I have to respect them boys. They come in the league and they do work.
They show out.
They do work, and there's nothing you can take. Like, they've had previous MVPs in the NFL. They got some guys who just shaking the league up. I don't want them to be good. I want them to suck because I want to be able to beat them. But they just, it's something down there in that water, man. That Tuscaloosa, they got something in the water.
Something in the water. What up, Eagles landed? So we are not bringing. Well, like I said, that's to be continued for me in terms of Singleton. You can wait till training camp before you make that decision. Greg Ward,
not touching it.
Leaving him off the roster.
No, I'm not touching it because it's too touchy and he's like a fan favorite for people. He's got a lot of.
Those are the ones we want to touch on.
I can't touch it. I refuse to because I'm not getting.
Say it straight up. No more Ward.
With him. I don't want to get Eagles Twitter.
Replace him with like a Mechie or like a Drake from USC. My guy, go get Kenyon Drake. Bring him from USC to the team. And now we got enough receivers. So we already got too many right now. We got enough developing receivers, and I think we need to go out and grab one of these veteran receivers in free agency. So that's just going to push Ward out of there. So I talk for you on that one.
You're not talking for me. You're not. No. Don't speak for me. I'm staying off of it because I like Ward. I think that you need those vet type of guys that have been here that's got that Philly grit. I don't know if I pay him, but I do like if he'll take a minimum, then maybe I let him stay on the squad. I let him retire as an Eagle.
Practice squad.
Auburn, is that War Eagle? Auburn? Okay, Miss BIRDGANG, I feel you.
War Eagle for real.
Okay, Tiger, Auburn. I'm all right. I'm a Clemson Tiger. You know what I'm saying? So I'm down with you. I want you to win.
The Tiger family.
Yeah, I want you to win. We are the same bird with the same cat.
Tight end Jason Kroom. We can let him go.
Yeah, that's not even close. We could probably fly through these right here.
Jannard Avery, linebacker. He's actually been playing better football these last 3 games. He's been putting pressure on quarterbacks. What are we doing with him?
Nah, I'm not signing him.
No Avery?
Nah. Because I want your boy. I want Nakobe Dean. So in order to get Nakobe Dean, he got to go.
Andre Chancellor, I don't really even know who he is. No, he can go. Nate Herbert, though. Nate played some football for us this year.
I give him a go. I let him play.
Let him play. Resign Nate for a 2 or 3 year deal, right?
He ain't making nothing. He ain't making no real money. Like, sign him. Why not? He only making
Hightower. Is he on our team still?
Probably not. They probably let him go.
Yeah, he can go.
What is he, 7th string or something?
Yeah, then that Keyshawn Johnson guy. Don't even know him. He probably doesn't play. And Noah Togi, the tight end, he's one of those guys you can cut anyway. And if he comes back later, if you need an extra body at tight end. So, yeah, we went through our whole list of free agents here, man. You know, there's only a couple people we're really concerned about bringing back. The rest of these guys are hit and miss depending on how the draft shapes up. And, you know, I think, like I said, the biggest ones would probably be Scott, that people get mad about, that people could probably get mad about Ward if you let him go. And why does that background keeps changing? I don't understand that. Ward, if you let him go. That's pretty much it. Like, everybody else can get it. You know, like I said, I'm on the fence about Howard. I feel like we need to get a younger, newer age, but you said there's not too many big backs in the draft either. So
you can shop, but you can shop around though. Like, that's the one thing about this is the offseason just started. So they're gonna be releasing guys and picking guys up. Listen, Adrian Peterson's been on 14 different damn teams at this point. He get picked up by anybody.
A 1 in a million running back.
True. I mean, trust me, I get it. I'm not arguing that. These running backs get moved around so much more than the other positions. It's just like it's like fantasy football. Like, you know how fantasy gets at the end of the season. People running backs start going down. You start picking up guys off the waiver wire.
Yeah, it's never even thought of. Yeah,
like who would have thought that Atlanta's Cordell Patterson would be what he's doing right now?
That's the next show. I am doing a free agent thing, but that is a free agent I am very interested in getting because he covers 2 positions. He helps you in your run game. And he helps you in your receiving game, too. But once you get him hot in that run game, then he starts making catches. And he's super fast.
Atlanta won't let him go. They'll be dumb if they don't sign him to something long term.
You think so?
Yeah, because, who they got?
They still got Pitts.
But he's not a running back.
Ridley.
He's not a running back. Mike Davis is 150 years old.
So you go out and you pick up a free agent running back, I guess, for them.
You get rid of Davis and you keep Cordell Patterson. He's had a breakout year. You don't let him go. Like, I don't give a crap what you say. And you can't. It's just too much. It's too many things. It's too many variables. Because what he probably did was just revitalize his career. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? You let him go. Why? Why? Why not?
I remember game 1. I'm like, why is he even back at running back? What's he doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing now? He's like one of the lead rushers in the league. You know, playing running back. So yeah, I get it. I get it. He says win means nothing when Alabama jumps on them like a trampoline, right? I think I lost money in the first Georgia-Alabama game because I thought Georgia was that much better and they got their butts whooped. So
never bet against Bama.
Yeah, that's just this guy's just good.
It's a known fact, and then this time because so we follow on our network. We follow the lines. So my guy Jumanji Bets, he calls me on the phone. He said, "Bro, it's gonna be close games." I said, "Dude, there's no way these games are close. They're gonna be both of them gonna be blowouts. You're gonna be able to turn the TV off and go get you some food." All right.
Do you think this game's gonna be a blowout?
I think Bama, because Georgia is going to get pressure on Bryce Young, but the problem is they got dudes all over the field. They got dudes all over the field, so like you can get pressure. But you see yesterday he was gonna throw a pass and he just flipped it out to the running back for like 60-some yards. Like they different. Like Nick Saban is different, and he doesn't lose very much to his assistants because he's smarter than them. So it's kind of like when Bill Belichick's guys go up against Bill Belichick. You just can't beat your daddy. You just can't beat him. Can't beat your daddy. So it's gonna be losing to Andy Reid so much. Can't beat your daddy. What's gonna happen?
Replace him with these guys that ain't him.
Hey,
he definitely been winning us. We need to beat the Chiefs next year for sure.
You can't beat your daddy.
What other part we have? So we would have went over free agency playoffs, my guy. How confident are you that the Eagles will clinch this week? Tomorrow, actually.
I'm very confident. The Washington can't even get through a game without fighting each other. So I'm not really worried about them. Like I don't understand how those guys aren't suspended for a game or so for fighting each other on the sideline, but that just shows you what type of like Charlie Foxtrot they got going over there. They just everything's all over the place. They're fighting each other. They don't have a name for the team. The quarterback is like the 14th. If the Eagles don't beat them this week, we got some real serious problems, bro. Like it's something seriously needs to be done. And I know everybody will say, "Well, that's what Eagles do. They lose games they're supposed to win." I don't believe they lose this game because of what it means for their season and what it means for everything they've been working for all year. I think they take care of business. I think that the Washington football team is extremely beat up. Their morale is down. And this is where you just kick them. It's like when you kick a hurt dog.
Destroyed. Time to put that last nail in the coffin. Boom! Like we did to the Giants. You know? Put it in. We're done with you. It's only the Cowboys and Eagles from here on out. And that's next week. We got them Cowboys, and we're going to lay it to them, too, as well.
I'll be there.
And then, you going to the game?
I'll be at the Cowboys-Eagles, man. I got it for Christmas. My wife got me tickets.
Woo! Everybody been talking about getting tickets for the game and your game. Listen to this. I didn't need some tickets for the game. And my wife, my boy Tony Shields, you told me. Everybody, they got some tickets. BG needs some tickets, too. That's all I'm saying.
And if you can't go to the game, there's all these great tailgates, man. I'm sure it's gonna be popping out there. Regardless.
I like watching at home. We do got a big 8K, 80 inch, looking on bomb. It's nice. It's nice. And we like it.
I feel you.
But it's like I would love, I've been to 5-6 Eagle games, maybe a couple more, but they've never been in Philadelphia. So
shout out to the wife. Yeah. Shout Sarah out, man. That's my old lady. She out here. She doing the big.
But so and then we need the Niners to win, and who else did we need to win? It was the Niners to win and Minnesota to lose to the Packers.
Well, that's looking real because Kirk Cousins is out, so that's looking really, really good.
But they were saying it's going to be 0 degrees.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Throwing the ball anyway. That's a game for Cook. They still got a guy like Cook to be running the ball.
You still got to go fight Aaron Rodgers in the cold. He's used to it. This ain't new to him. It's true to him.
Used to throwing in that cold weather.
You got Jones and Dylan. They're both going to be running the ball down your throat. Like it could get out of hand really quick, especially without Kirk Cousins being able to. Because they get down, they're going to have to throw the ball.
Now they're going to know without Kirk Cousins, they're just going to attack the run, stop Cooks, so they can target a player, and then that'd be a wrap. Unless that backup, what's his name, Manning? Unless he can have a game of his life.
What's his name?
Manning.
You didn't even know. Like it doesn't matter. I ain't gonna lose. This is as good as done. Like go ahead, sign, seal, delivered. I'm yours.
All right. So since we both agreed that they're going to the playoffs, we're probably clinching the spot this week. Who do you think will be the biggest threat to the Eagles in the playoffs, the first round?
The Cowboys.
You think so?
Yeah, because the Cowboys are going to rest. They're going to rest week 18. They have nothing to lose. If they win, it's good. If they lose, it's good. Like it doesn't matter what happens. So they'll be resting. Hopefully, Nick Sirianni can come up with some completely bogus damn game plan, and they don't have to show them what they would possibly do against them in real life. That's what would be great. In a perfect world, that would work out for the Eagles. But
Clinch this week, are you sitting them for the Cowboys game, knowing that you're going to play them in the first round of the playoffs anyway?
That was another point, BIRDGANG. I'm glad you brought that up, because if you can clinch this week, you don't have to worry about that. You can play a scrub bowl on the 18th week. That shouldn't even be there.
Cool, Jack Carter. What up, my guy?
You could legitimately do that. You could go out and you could play a game.
Because I'm one of those guys too. I worry about if you sit your starters. You've seen it happen before.
Yeah.
Teams sit their starters the last week of the season and they come out flat in the playoffs because they lost all their momentum.
Well, I mean, you could also lose a key player as well, though. Like, there's a caveat to that. You could lose, like, your big guy playing that Week 18 game when nobody's really playing hard anymore. They're just trying to get to the playoff. So, let's say you put out, like, Jalen Hurts in Week 18. This way you let Gardner Minshew play. You go storm in the Nick Sirianni office, say you want to start. Okay, my dog, you start against the Dallas Cowboys. Show us what you got.
Or, if you know the Cowboys are sitting, you let Jalen go in the first half, put up some points to make sure you win the game, and then send him in the second half, let Gardner Minshew play.
I don't even think you need to do that. I think you let Gardner. If Gardner Minshew had,
I want 10 games. I said the floor was 10-7, the ceiling was 13-4. I need to be right. No.
Listen, and a lot of people are like that. A lot of people are like, I just want to be right. But I think sometimes being right and being safe are different things. They don't always equal up to the same. I think
it's not that bad for first year anyway.
Or just think about it, you still going to the playoffs, and now you didn't give them any film on you, like what you could possibly do next week against them. It'll be different if they weren't going to be who you would play the next week, but you're going to see them 2 weeks in a row, and you don't want to give them anything. Like, I would let Gardner Minshew had the balls to come in the Nick Sirianni office and say, I want the starting job. You say, if you Nick Sirianni, say, hey, man, you came in my office and said you want a starting job. Go earn it.
Go earn it.
The 8 week, we'll be playing with a bunch of backups, so we'll see what you got. Exactly. Sit him for his ankle.
More ankle rest there for the playoff stretch.
You don't even let him talk. He get vocal rest, too, like a singer. You don't even let him talk. He write everything on the board. No, you...
He did sweatpants and tank top for the game with the clipboard.
Two jackets. He don't even get no clipboard. I don't want to hurt in his wrist. You just put him out there with a jacket.
Howard play.
Yes. Howard plays. Boston plays.
I'll just start Gainwell. The Gainwell is your start, my guy.
I wouldn't start Gainwell because you don't know what Gainwell can be in the playoffs. They don't have enough film on Gainwell. Gainwell is a wild card for sure because you can put him in the slot too. So you don't know what you can do with him. Like, Gainwell is
Hurts. You're not playing. What about your starting line?
No, none of them play. I don't give a shit if we lose. If that's the point, I don't play nobody. I don't want him getting no film. Jason Kelce does not. He does not play the game at all. He doesn't hike a ball. Lane Johnson, they rest. Mailata, he rests. All of them rest. Goddard rests.
Goddard rests.
The only person in the wide receiver core that plays is Greg Ward and JJ Arcega-Whiteside with 45 great blocks this whole season. And maybe you could put in there, I don't know, just throw somebody in there. Now, I don't know if I let Quiz, because Quiz is my third. He's my slot receiver, so I don't even know if I do that. I'm playing with a skeleton crew. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Jackson at tight end.
No, I'm playing. The young bull.
Yeah.
He'll play because I want him to get reps. That's when you get your reps in.
And if play Slay sitting,
big plays not. He don't even go to the game, bro. You stay at home. You chill. You and Miss Jennifer sit at home. Y'all relax.
McLeod, Harris,
relax.
Nelson.
Them old dudes, relax. Y'all go relax.
Guy like what's his name? Maddox.
Okay, I'm perplexed about Maddox because Maddox can give you some games where he can play like you be like, damn, that's Maddox. He playing like a stud, and then some games you be like, there go Maddox, playing like his normal self. So I don't know. And Rager does need the rest, but he also will hurt you if he lose because he still is your kick returner. He still plays a lot of plays where he can potentially get hurt. He takes a chance on the punt return, or he goes and gets a ball that bounce. Like, it's just too many things that can happen through a game when there's guys that don't really get to play. They're trying to prove themselves. And if you're going half speed, that's when you get hurt. That's it. Let the second string play, and just wherever the chips fall, they fall. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could go in knowing that you got a strong week of practice coming up to go to Dallas to have to play this game.
Like a second bye even for these guys. Week 14, play a couple games, get another bye. Now you're well rested. We got 4 games left. Let's go hit it.
Why not? Why not give it your best shot? Like, just win this week. Take care of business.
We got, I've been trying not to say it too much on my stream, but we make this playoffs tomorrow. I'm saying that it's going to be hard for a lot of these teams in the playoffs to even beat us. You look at Tampa Bay, we should have beat them. Cowboys, we didn't run the ball at all. So I'm not really scared of them, really. I don't think they understand what kind of team they're going to play next time running the ball. Arizona's been playing like trash.
Yeah, they lost D. Hopkins for the rest of the year, so they're going to be severely
like trash.
They're severely handicapped, man.
The Rams are more of a finesse team, I feel like, where it's like if you go in there and pound on them late in the year, it's cold, you could definitely beat the Rams. So
the Rams
like Green Bay is probably the biggest threat to me.
I will say this. It would not surprise me. It would not surprise me is if the Eagles make a playoff push. Because right now, it's like the team that has nothing to lose. They're the hardest team to beat. Those are the hardest teams to beat. Like they're playing with house money. If they lose, nobody expected them to win. But if they win, everybody gets excited. And then you know how Eagles fans are. They get crazy and passionate. They start coming to the games and they take over complete stadiums, and they're just in there and they're like fighting people and like shit's going down in the stands.
Cat songs, Bow Wow mad.
Man,
you all gotta find something over there singing this flying.
Exactly.
I don't even know what they're talking about.
Exactly, dude. I'm telling you, every year we watch this in March Madness. We watch teams get in at the last particular moment, and then they have a playoff run. And it's something out of the storybooks.
It always reminds me of, remember when the Giants won the Patriots the first time? And then they were the team that year. You know what I'm saying? They had a good record. They were supposed to, give them their best shot. Then the next time they played the Patriots, they started out really slow. No one expected them to go. They're a wild card. And next thing you know, they beat the undefeated Patriots in the Super Bowl. That's like that Eagles. It's kind of like one of them things where the first year, 11-2, I don't care what kind of underdog. We weren't really that much of an underdog that year. We were 11-2 when Carson got hurt. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were a dominant football team that, Nick took over and won with. Now, this year, no one expected us to win 6 games this year. For real, for real. And now we're hitting that trajectory of being a really good team. Not top 10 defense, number 1 rushing team in the league. Any number 1 rushing team with a top 10 defense, that's a scary team.
And the thing about it is now you got to go play Cowboys. And the Cowboys, the Cowboys are playing with a super chip on their shoulder because they haven't been able to get out of the first round in so long that there's an added amount of pressure. They're playing at home. They want to get out of the first round, and they're going to be playing against one of the more difficult quarterbacks to stop, especially if he gets hot. If Jalen Hurts gets hot in this damn playoffs, I'm telling you, all the Eagles fans out here, if he gets hot in the playoffs, I'm telling you, you're going to be seeing a lot of shit going down that wouldn't normally happen. Like, you're going to start seeing guys that we didn't think could do anything. Like, let's say Rager gets hot.
Fact.
You know what type of speed he's got. He's got speed.
He's been picking up the last couple of games. I ain't going to lie. Ever since he dropped those 2, he's kind of been doing a little bit more in the game,
Remember the past 2 games ago, he caught one that was up in the air. He went up and got it.
Yeah.
He has that type of big play stuff. Even the 2 passes he dropped to win the game against Washington, all he does is catch them, and he's the man. He catches those passes. That's a touchdown. You win. We're not even having this conversation. We're gearing up for the playoffs. We're not even thinking, you got to win out. It's the playoffs. So, like, the playoffs, you can throw all the records out of the window. Like, it doesn't matter. That stuff's gone. Like, just get ready for a wild ride. Get ready to strap on your bootstraps and get ready to get your Eagles chants ready. I think you're going to hear a lot of Eagles chants in the stadiums going forward, and it's going to set you up for a great 3rd season out of Jalen Hurts and the rest of these Eagles, man. I'm telling you.
Be a little spoiler. Okay, we go to the playoffs. What percentage do you give them on actually making the Super Bowl?
I'm a literal guy, so I would give him about a 17% chance to make it to the Super Bowl. Now, win a game or two, that's a higher percentage. I think that's 58 to 70%. Because they're playing the Cowboys. The Cowboys haven't beaten everybody in the first round in damn near a decade or two. So you got to, I mean, if you're gonna play anybody in the first round, you probably want to play the Cowboys. Like, why not?
But wouldn't you get more by playing like a beat up Bucks team? Because they were the Super Bowl champs. You're like, we eliminated the champs, baby.
Nah, because they beat up. Like you just said it, they beat up. Tom Brady is literally, I mean, he's the GOAT still. Like, we get it. But I think playing the Cowboys and knocking the Cowboys out of the playoffs is so much more satisfying for the Eagles. Especially if they beat them 2 weeks in a row.
It would be more satisfying. You're so right. I've been telling Cowboy content creators all the time. Woo! When we get you, my guy in the playoffs. Listen,
and check this out. We watched my Steelers go through it last year with the Browns. The Browns beat us in week 18 and came back and beat us again the first playoff game. It hurt, man. It really did hurt. I'm not gonna lie, I was crying a little bit. I was upset.
Oh man.
2 weeks in a row.
That's the only thing that sucks. She's like, to lose 2 weeks in a row is bad news, Bear. Like, especially if it's the playoffs.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Cowboys the team to do it against, man. I'm telling you.
It would be. It'd be so, there's a lot of bets coming this next week with the Eagle content creators and the Cowboy content creators. I'm praying that it happens. Like, I just want to clinch, get it over with, and let's go ahead and see what happens going forward. Well, at the end of my shows, my God, we definitely went through all the topics tonight. At the end of my show, I like to do the all-time Eagles team. You know what I'm saying? This is your team based off of just you watching the Eagles and the players. I know you're a Steelers fan too. I know you watch enough Eagles games to know about them. Give me some favorite players here. If you were to start your own team with everybody that you watch play, who would be your starting quarterback and who will be backing them up?
Starting quarterback would be Donovan McNabb. Backup quarterback Michael Vick. Not even close.
3 running backs.
Brian Westbrook, Shady, and
I'm gonna say they might be West.
I don't like him as a person. I don't like him as a.
That's what we did. Okay.
No, he's still a beast. He's definitely a beast. And Deuce.
Okay. A fullback.
Deuce. I got to put him at. He's like one of the greatest of all time, man. He's a big enough boy. He can play him at fullback.
Okay. 2 tight ends.
Ertz and damn, I like Goddard a lot. I don't know why I like him so much, but I really like Goddard, so I would throw Goddard in there.
Okay. 4 receivers.
T.O. easy. It's easy. Deshaun Jackson. I throw somebody else in there. I said Deshaun Jackson. T.O. I'm missing somebody, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw one of the little young dudes in there. I'm gonna throw little Devontae Smith in there. I'm gonna throw Devontae in there, even though he hasn't done anything yet.
I want to throw him in there. You got Quick.
I do like, but see what Quick though. I didn't see Quick play, so I would take Jeremy Maclin. I'll put Jeremy Maclin in there more than likely because he's the last player to have a 1,000-yard game or 1,000-yard season since T.O. for the Eagles. So Maclin will be the next one.
Okay. Let's go with offensive line. Give me a starting line.
Their entire offensive line from any of the Eagles. Like I take Kelsey, of course. I take Lane Johnson. I take I like Mailata. I know he's probably not going to be an all-time guy.
Hey, it can be your all-time guy.
I like Mailata because he can play rugby too. I like rugby. So him and anybody else you want to throw in there. Honestly, I'm not big on it. Brooks, it could be Brandon, but Brandon Brooks, it could be any of them dudes. Like that whole 17 offensive line, I love those guys. They were all their own person.
What about defensive line? Give me 4.
Ooh, Cox for sure. Brandon Graham for sure. Can I put Trotter in there because he's a linebacker technically?
No, you don't have your linebackers.
Oh, okay.
We do 4-3 base, so you got.
Okay. All right, so I got Cox. Oh, I'm missing a big. Now they didn't have Reggie White.
No, we did.
Oh yeah, Reggie White. Reggie White would definitely be one of my guys.
So what you said? Reggie White, Cox, BG.
Yep. And
need one more.
Damn, you making it hard for your boy, man.
I ain't throw out some names for you.
Tell me somebody.
Okay, I'm gonna throw out some names.
Give me a lifeline.
You can go Hargraves. He's new.
Nah. He's a Steelers guy.
Or Simon. Jerome Brown. Depends where you're playing some of these guys. You can do like, what's his name? Trent Cole, Hugh Douglas.
Easy. Hugh Douglas. I forgot about him. Big Doug.
Yeah.
Big Doug.
Three linebackers.
Trotter. Trotter, Hicks. I like Hicks still. I know he didn't play that good there, but I like Hicks. And then I don't really know that many linebackers. That's what's my problem with the Eagles. They don't never. I mean, since Trotter, it's been a big gap.
I'll throw some for you. D'Amico Ryans, Nigel Bradham.
Oh, I forgot about Bradham. Bradham was good. I'll take Bradham too because Bradham was a hitter. But
I agree.
Yeah. Those are all good ones too. I can't take them, but I gotta go with Trotter though. Trotter was my guy, and his son play at Clemson right now, so I definitely gotta take him.
Ooh, is his son a linebacker?
Yep. He's young though. He's young. I mean, he's gonna play. He's gonna definitely play more next year, but
next year
he's young.
He's big though.
I mean, you gotta remember like you go down south, like all them dudes is like corn fed, man. Like so he fits in.
You know how Trotter was. He's lame.
But they said that Trotter got bigger as he got older. You know what I'm saying? He didn't start out like, what we know as Trotter. Yeah, he didn't start out like that. So I think he'll be good.
Everybody be on the lookout for Trotter's son.
Junior.
Draft 3 years from now.
Gonna be ready.
Eagle side in the first round pick, my guy. Welcome to Blood. Let's go with cornerback. Give me 3 quarterbacks. Corner.
Slay.
This should be an easy one because you can literally name like
Slay, Nelson.
Hell no, you did not put Nelson on your all-time.
Dude, he played for the Steelers. I'm taking Nelson, dude. Like, I'm taking Nelson. I left off Hargraves for that very reason. Like, I'm taking Nelson, dude. I'm taking Nelson.
Wow.
Nelson. It's my team. Like, listen, I got Lito Shepherd. Who's that? Lito Shepherd? I take Shepherd.
Monte Samuels, Eric Allen, freaking.
Nah, I'm taking Shepherd. I like Lito Shepherd.
So you got Shepherd, Slay,
and Nelson. That's all you getting from me.
Nelson. Yeah, I can.
That's all you get.
I'm like,
no, you gotta say it, dude. I don't know why Steelers fans bother Eagles fans so much. We play every 3 years. We in the same damn state. Come on, bro. He's a Steeler. He's a Steeler. It's my team. It's my team.
Nelson, Slay, and Lito Shepherd. That's your guys.
Those are my guys. This is my guys.
3 safeties.
I'm only picking one. Period. The GOAT. I'm only picking one. I don't need nobody else.
You're not gonna throw in?
Nope. I'm only taking the GOAT.
Dawkins?
I'm only taking the GOAT. I don't want nobody else. I don't need nobody else. I don't want Malcolm Jenkins. I only want the GOAT. I only want the GOAT.
Oh, he only wants one safety.
I only want one safety. All I need is Brian Dawkins. He gonna hit. He gonna pick passes. He gonna be a leader in the locker room. He's Mr. All Time.
Okay, we let you do that. What about kicker and punter?
I'll take the current kicker.
Hell yeah.
And I don't care about the punter. Like, just pick anybody off the street.
Too, because he's pretty good.
What I would do is I would go to Drexel and I would find the best soccer player and I would throw him in there. I would save some cap room. I would just give him a little NIL money and just move on.
Little rookie salary. I like it. Who will be your offensive coordinator and your defensive coordinator? Wait, actually, you need a kickoff return guy.
Ooh, I'm going to take my kickoff return guy is going to be Sproles.
Sproles, yes, there you go.
I'll take Sproles as my kick return guy. You said who else?
Offensive defensive coordinator.
I take my guy from the Colts as my offensive coordinator. That's the last championship they won. He was a coordinator, right?
Yeah, Frank.
Yeah, Frank. I take him. Defensive coordinator. I take the Super Bowl winning defensive coordinator as well.
Swartz.
I take Swartz back.
And the head coach.
Because I want to cause problems, Andy Reid. Let's go. Bring him back, man. Bring him back.
A good list. I like it. Every pick except for the Nelson, I was 100% behind.
Listen, I hear my Steelers fan.
You're a homer. Yeah,
I'm a Steelers fan. I mean, he gave us a lot of good years.
Better. You know,
he might be better.
He might be better. Man.
Jim Johnson at DC. I'm not mad about that either.
Right. But hey, man, it's been great having you on. Go ahead and let everybody know. You know, give me some final thoughts about this game and the score prediction, and then let everybody know where they can find you at, my guy.
So I think they're going to rout these guys. I think they're going to impose their will. They're beat up. The Washington football team is extremely. It's volatile over there, man. They're fighting on each other on the sidelines. They just don't have any continuity. As long as the Eagles go out here and don't start super slow like they did the last couple of weeks, and they jump on them early, you'll probably see Jalen Hurts sitting in the second half. And you'll probably get to see some Minshew magic. So I'm assuming like 31.
Minshew. What?
Probably 31-10. I'm assuming 31-10 or so.
That's a good score. I like that.
31-10.
They probably score 10 points. That's possible. Yeah.
I mean, listen, anybody can get 10 points. I mean, shit. If anything can happen. I would never take a shutout. I'm not that guy. Not a shutout guy.
I almost would have got one. We almost had it in Detroit. But they didn't score. Bastards.
It's okay, man. They tied my team.
You can't be great all the time, you know.
They tied my team, so I can't really say much. So
yeah, that was very shocking. That game.
No, it wasn't. It's par for the course for us. Like they tie somebody. They tie every year. They tie every year, bro. Like it's a tie in our ring.
You tie a lot.
Exactly. That's what we do. We love to tie people.
That's what's up.
So that's what we do.
And let everybody know where they can find you at, my guy.
So you can find me on the Ddrippy Net and my little nameplate right here. You can find me on Twitter. We have a lot of stuff on Twitter, and we love our YouTube for the most part. And Miss BIRDGANG helped me out. She put me in the game right here. So thank you for that. That's where you can find us, man. We got 5-day-a-week content. We cover everything from Eagles to Eagles, all NBA, all NFL, and I'm a college guy, so we'll be doing a big thing for the draft. And all that, man. So we'll be doing a big draft show, man.
Get some draft work too this offseason for sure. Maybe some free agent work. You know what I'm saying? We get some nice little cross collabs going on.
For sure.
Hey, Happy New Year to all you guys. Shout out to the 17 still in here. Make sure y'all hit that like on the way out. Subscribe to my guy JD in the house from D. Say it for me. Do you say it's Ddrippy?
It's Ddrippy. It's Ddrippy because it's the original network was called Distinctive Drip Network, but my little nephew told me that it was weak, so I had to change it up. He told me I need to have it.
Yeah, you right, Ddrippy in the house. Hey, man, it was fun, man. Hey, thank all you guys for your support. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you guys want, you guys can leave your score predictions in the chat, you know. And like I said, subscribe to us. If you have never subscribed to me, make sure you hit that subscribe. We're on the road to 2K. I think we're like 125 away in our first 7 months. Let's go.
Get them there, man. Hit the button.
2K.
Hit the button.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Yes, he did it. See, Gran? He did it. There it is.
Listen,
Gran.
I'll do it. Listen, I'll say it. Fly, Eagles, fly, baby. Let's do it. Like, why not?
So you got to do the dance. Gran likes when you do the dance completely.
I can't do the dance. Like, is this? Is that it?
That's the dance.
Okay, I got you. I got it. I just did it. And I'm... Go ahead. Let's do it.
So, fly,
Eagles, fly. See, I did it.
Yeah,
I did it.
Next time,
Till next time, y'all.
And we are out. Peace.